Hello and welcome to the Tank Club. A bit of an interesting topic I wanted to talk about today is with the rise of the Angry Earth expansion, is looking into how it's affected tanking in New World. Has New World become too easy, and are tanks needed anymore? One of the most visible things I've noticed is the power creep. By increasing gear score to 700 and player level to 65, expeditions have become super easy. Now this is both a good and a bad thing from what I've seen. I am 100% in favour of expeditions being more accessible because quite honestly, some of them were too challenging on the normal difficulty for less experienced players, and MMO should encourage players of all experience levels to be able to do at least the basic version of dungeon content. These expeditions are so easy now that you can do them without a tank. It's actually detrimental to have a tank for this content as it slows you down. If you have 4 DPS and a healer, you stack up and you burn everything down, even bosses, and this is where one of the major problems comes to play. You can burn through normal expeditions so quickly that you're able to skip all of the mechanics. Why is this a problem? Well, players now have no clue of the mechanics when they go into mutated expeditions, as I have experienced when doing mutated Savage Divide. And players might believe they're ready for this harder content after they breeze through normal content. It goes to complete chaos because you don't see any mechanics on normal, and then when you do M1, suddenly people have no idea what's going on. Even still, you can almost just heal through most of the damage because healing is so strong. Mutated 1 is now basically the old normal, with M2 and M3 becoming much more challenging. So are tanks needed at all? Well, for mutated expeditions you'll still need a tank, and M3 is a significant challenge now as enemies are scaled up to match the player power creep. It may be difficult for new tanks coming into the game because how do you really practice tanking? You'll now only really be relevant for mutated content, and regular dungeons no longer teach you mechanics, and you don't even need to block or dodge a single mechanic. So it could lead to frustration from other players when a tank is doing mutated content and has no idea of the mechanics. We could see an even bigger decline in the amount of players choosing to tank because it's a high pressure role and not exactly made easy. One of the things I will commend about this update is there seems to be some improvements on collision. My two biggest problems with New World are collision and threat. Collision has always caused terrible issues and never made any sense to me, where you could not hold a position because the boss slides you around the ground, pushes you about when blocking, and sometimes could even clip through your character. This seems to be improved quite a lot with this patch, which is great and something that I wasn't really expecting. Another big issue is with threat and taunt. The system is intentionally made to be difficult for no reason, and often it's just impossible to perform your job. When you have healers throwing down healing before you've even received any damage, or when you have damage dealers who spread out like social distancing is still a thing. Suddenly it doesn't matter how good you are as a tank, you have no chance to keep aggro of enemies. This is something I'd really like to see improved. Other games have threat systems and taunt skills such as World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, even Star Wars The Old Republic, and pretty much every other game does a much better job of making it require some effort to maintain aggro, but not impossible if you're not in the perfect group, such as the case in New World. What are the main things that you like and dislike about tanking in New World? Let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you think about the most recent patch as well, and how you found tanking the new expedition. For more tank content, you can check out my website, thetankclub.com. Thank you to our patrons and YouTube members for their support. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.